One day in a city, there is a train goes out of control and people was not aware of it. The driver is shouting, informing the people that the train control has shut down. Everyone panicked and even the train workers jump out of it. The worst thing is a mother and a baby who got stuck on the railway. People were also frightened for them, but they cannot do anything than watch and scream. At that time, a man in a hoodie was in the crowd but suddenly vanished and instantly appeared on the railway to stop the train using his one hand. The mother looked scared and thought that they will be hit by the train, but when she opened her eyes, she saw a man in front of her and asked if she was fine. She thanked the man but was shocked after she discovered that it was not a human, but a zombie. The next day, our story protagonist just woken up in his spacious room. He's a zombie, but his name is also Zombie. Zom from zombie and B from zombie. Mr. Zombie doesn't know his personal information like his age and the date when he died. Even though he's a zombie, he also has a dream to be friends with humans someday. He dreamed that one day, he won't be discriminated against and ostracized by them. With that dream in his mind, he continues to improve himself. Although it's very far from happening, he believes that as long as he works hard, he will succeed and reach his dream. Because of his determination to be friends with humans, he helps countless humans and appeared in unpredictable accidents like what happened on the trail. He also prevents a plane to crash into the stadium full of people. He was also in a building that was burning just to save babies. Zombie wasn't originally that strong. A long time ago on a summer day, a zombie outbreak caused the apocalypse. He was studying at a school at that time. Because the outbreak happened too suddenly, he didn't escape in time and got bitten and became an ordinary zombie. A completely ordinary zombie. The one that we'll see in a mob, following the horde whenever it goes. Until one day, humans began to appear. They didn't talk for a reason and pointed a bunch of guns and missiles at the zombies. Zombies were executed en masse. Not only did humans burn the zombies in fuel, but they also created a perpetual energy machine by exploiting zombies. They became the source of electricity. Mr. Zombie doesn't know why zombies want to eat humans and humans want to assassinate zombies. For him to survive, he decided to change himself. He began training from that day on. He lifted weights, ran, swam, and jumped around every day. He didn't eat meat and only eat protein powder for 3 meals a day. He feels tired but still continued to train every day, even at night, until he became strong. He was almost invincible. After he obtained both power and knowledge, he decided to live in the budding human society and continuously help people in a hope that he can change the human perception of zombies. He wanted to live as a civilized, law-abiding, and good zombie. In the present day, Mr. Zombie was about to eat, but after he checked the fridge, there was no food left, so he decided to go shopping. He was heading to Yi House supermarket where he always buys goods. He is a regular customer here, that's why the storekeeper is already familiar with him and even calls him Mr. Z. Mr. Zombie always wears a hoodie and all the workers here believe that he's wearing a zombie mask, so they are not scared of him. After he pays, workers helped him to transfer all of his items onto the truck. He was not aware that there are 2 men spying on him with the intention of taking off the mask into his face. Mr. Zombie was holding a piece of paper and was frowning after he saw on the paper that someone he knew named Agu, a boss-level zombie, is wanted again, and those who can capture will receive a huge amount of bounty. These 2 men who are watching him are journalists who want to know his true identity and if the rumors about him lifting the entire plane are true. They are both hesitant at this point because it is impossible for them, not until they see something that astounds them. Mr. Zombie is lifting the truck rather than driving it. Not only that, but he also fly like Superman, leaving the ground cracked. Because of how high he flew, he reached outer space and landed in a restricted area filled with zombies. Zombies are imprisoned here, and the majority of them are starving to death. Mr. Zombie put down the truck, and the zombies growled, knowing that their king has returned. The little zombie was confused and asked why he didn't drive the truck like humans do, to which he replied, "I don't drive because I don't have a driver's license." But even though he gave an answer, these little zombies can't understand him as they are not the same as Mr. Zombie's proficiency. This city is where Mr. Zombie conquered. It's far, far away from the prying eyes of the humans. He ordered a lot of eggs to give all to the zombies here as a replacement for the protein they get from eating human flesh. After he distributed the eggs, he immediately looked for Agu, the wanted zombie. According to the child, Agu is in the hotel's main hall, so Mr. Zombie goes there right away and found Agu with the other boss-level zombies named Lang, Fur, Agan, Varmint, and Blackie. When they saw Mr. Zombie enter the hall, they greeted him and addressed him as Majesty. Agu can't control his body when he sees humans, so he's been wanted several times. Mr. Zombie is the master here, and it is his command not to attack humans and hide from them. According to Blackie, they changed bases several times just to hide from humans, and Varmint asked if they could just go out and fight humans, but Mr. Zombie won't allow them because for him, humans are terrifying. While they are discussing, they heard a noise from above. It's a plane with a stunning girl inside. She's the president of an organization. the Beholders Academy who fight against zombies. They are planning to target the area of zombies. She was informed by her colleague that the signals are normal and clear. They also have equipment that is ready to go. They prepared an armed nuclear warhead that will be set to detonate in 20 minutes to attack the zombies. Zombies sensed that it was a human and Varmint was willing to attack them using his chainsaw. Mr. Zombie doesn't want them to be in danger, and also he wants to avoid his bloodlines to humans because he knows that they will lose control the moment they will have contact with them. He ordered to the boss zombies to evacuate the citizen, and he will be the one to handle the forces. The president of the Air Force is checking all their necessity to destroy the zone of zombies. She ordered the ground units to evacuate the civilians within 20 minutes before they will attack the area. I repeat, you must evacuate in 20 minutes, the president ordered. She also has a martial companion who's waiting for a signal. He's a part of the Academy's swordsmanship club, and his job is to intercept once boss zombies will appear. He has a suit that is made from metal and a samurai on his hip. He was very determined to cut down any boss zombies that will appear. At that moment, there was a scientist named Faye who wanted to sabotage the mission of the Beyonders Academy. His companion informed him that the people from the Academy have found the zombies. It is a signal for them to drop their bait to lure the zombies and scare the humans. Faye pressed the button and there is a cage that goes down with a lot of people inside. As expected, all of them are screaming because of fear, especially when zombies are rushing toward them. The ground unit was informed to proceed to the mark location because they detected signs of human life. They started to shoot but were annoyed because zombies won't die with several strikes. The bullets are just passing by to these little zombies because Mr. Zombie blocked the bullets to save the kid. A squad leader saw Mr. Zombie blocking the bullets, but he concludes that there is no such thing as an invincible zombie, and even if there is one, that is only because they aren't using enough firepower. Because of that, he used bazookas with the thought that this weapon is enough to destroy the zombies. After they launched it, one man went to him and informed him that the one they shoot is not a human but an extraordinary who has been saving people from danger. They believe that Mr. Zombie is a popular human for always wearing a mask. The squad leader was dumbfounded after knowing it, and he was frightened to think that they shot the wrong person. Mr. Zombie was still fine after all the firearms he encountered. In fact, he doesn't have any scratches on his body. While looking at the system, the Beholder's president detected a boss zombie, so she immediately informed Marshall, and Marshall dives to the ground right away. From the scientists' point of view, they discovered that all civilians have been saved, and they realized that they are wrong for underestimating the ability of Beholder's Academy. Then let's try something a little more interesting, Faye stated, and his companion get his point right away. They detect a zombie which they can transform into a giant monster. The presence of the boss zombie in Zone B was brought to the attention of all armed forces. The squad leader suddenly runs towards Mr. Zombie and carried him to put inside their vehicle. They are now heading to Zone B together with Mr. Zombie, who was surprised after he realized that he was with humans. Because of curiosity, the female warrior asked him why he always wears the zombie mask, but Mr. Zombie remained speechless. The armed forces saw the giant monster and were confused with its appearance as it was different from zombies. The monster carries a bus and throws it at them, but Marshall appeared at a fast speed and sliced the bus in half. The armed force was cheering for Marshall, and they believed that they can certainly win with the help of the Marshall. Marshall faced the monster while holding his samurai, and he ordered the armed forces to take all civilians and evacuate. The female warrior informed Mr. Zombie that there's no reason for him to be anxious because their intentions are to save him. When she looks back, she was not aware that Mr. Zombie already disappeared. The monster is roaring and rushing toward the Marshal, but because of his speed, he vanished and instantly moved behind the monster. By the use of his samurai, he was slashing the monster multiple times until it was dead. Suddenly, someone is standing in front of the giant monster, and the Marshal concludes that it was also a zombie. Mr. Zombie was puzzled after seeing a zombie no longer alive. From the aerial unit, they received a message from Marshall that he already defeated the boss zombie, and the president ordered her people to record it as Marshall's contribution. Mr. Zombie felt the pain and apologized for having no capability to control themselves. Marshall overheard what Mr. Zombie said, and since his goal is to execute boss zombie, he rushes toward Mr. Zombie with the idea of executing him. Meanwhile, the girl in the aerial unit was worried because she detected another boss-level zombie. Her companion told her that there was no need to worry because Marshall can execute all the boss-level monsters. Marshall, he's already gone, the girl stated, which made the president be shocked. Marshall is hanging naked on the light pole because of Mr. Zombie. The aerial unit started to panic after detecting that Marshall's life signal is almost completely gone and discovered that he suffered critical damage. They were also alarmed after checking that the civilians haven't evacuated yet. After hearing it, The president was so mad and have no choice but to go to the ground alone to check by herself about how strong the boss zombie who defeated Marshall was. Mr. Zombie was aware of her existence. When the president was near her target, she then used a white blade cleave to attack Mr. Zombie, but surprisingly her sword has been broken to pieces. She witnessed by herself that the zombie in front of her is not just a normal zombie that can be executed easily. The aerial unit warned her not to charge without telling them, as they cannot send support every time it happens. At this point, the president is very eager to execute Mr. Zombie while Mr. Zombie doesn't want to fight with her. All he wants is peace. The president was in shock after hearing that Mr. Zombie know how to talk. She even concludes that Mr. Zombie is kind of a mutant or variant. Because of it, she used her other sword, an enhanced blade, to attack Mr. Zombie. Mr. Zombie was rattled and wanted to explain everything, but the president doesn't want to hear any word from him, so she rushed to Mr. Zombie, but Mr. Zombie was able to dodge every attack from her. She was now irritated and used red blade cleave, but it was ineffective because the poles and structure were cut into pieces, whereas Mr. Zombie was fine because he avoided her attack by bending his body. The president suddenly appeared in front of Mr. Zombie with a furious face. At this time, all the civilians have been evacuated alongside Marshall, so the aerial unit informs their president to retreat, but because of the president's anger, she's chasing Mr. Zombie with violent intent. Mr. Zombie never fights back. Instead, he runs away, which made the president more exasperated. "Won't you just try to cut me if I don't run?" Mr. Zombie stated while running away into different buildings. Since the president can't catch Mr. Zombie, she used her Iaido level 2 and put his advanced technology leg boosters into the highest level. After that, she was dashing with unbelievable speed toward Mr. Zombie and attacked him without any hesitation. She feels satisfied when she saw that Mr. Zombie is not moving, and she declared that the target has been eliminated. "Mission complete. Lower the planet's altitude and pick me up," the president stated. The scientist was now aware that the armed forces already rescued all the civilians, but then they still have a spy according to Faye, so he ordered his ally to use it. People were very happy when they saw the plane coming through them, and they expect that it is a rescuer to save them from the zombies. Inside the plane are 2 airmen who operate the plane, but one pilot was confused with his co-pilot actions. He can see that this pilot is pressing the button to launch the nuclear warhead. The people on the plane are celebrating their victory not until their colleagues caught the spy and shout that they need to stop celebrating as there was an enemy spying on them. The nuke has been dropped, the airman stated, which made all the people in the plane be shocked and rattled. The president was informed by her people and ordered her to come back. A nuclear warhead is about to explode, and the aerial unit informed everyone to prepare for turbulence. They are opening the cabin doors and lowering the altitude to let the president get in. The president was informed to jump up. Otherwise, they cannot be able to escape the explosion. When she tried to start her leg booster, it won't start, and her personnel informed her that they are running out of time. She started to panic and doesn't have any idea what to do. She was disappointed for doing such an action without thinking about the outcome. She already used up all the battery to catch up with Mr. Zombie, that's why it didn't work when she tried to start it. She realized that she didn't charge her leg booster before heading out. While she was grumbling, Mr. Zombie suddenly appeared in front of her and pulled her cloth to spin her around. The president thought that Mr. Zombie was trying to revenge, but she doesn't have any idea that Mr. Zombie only spun her to help her go up to the plane. She looks so scared when Mr. Zombie throws her until she entered the plane safely. All of her people are assisting her right away. Instead of being thankful to Mr. Zombie for helping her, she was more annoyed for throwing her like an object. The nuclear warhead was about to land on the city while Mr. Zombie is observing it. He knows that it can destroy the city, humans, and especially his family. He strongly hopes that makes the ground fissure, and with a fast speed, he immediately goes towards the nuclear warhead and catches it with only his bare hand. The humans, including the president, the scientist, and the armed forces, saw his bravery. When it explodes, they feel the turbulence inside the plane, and the president can't believe how Mr. Zombie catches the nuclear warhead barehanded and bring it away from the city. After it explodes, he goes down to the ground but is still fine without any injuries on his body and only his clothes that were ripped off. "That made my butt itchy," Mr. Zombie stated while holding his butt. Meanwhile, Faye invited his colleague to pack up things and leave for now, but his companion stated that there was still a life signature in the area of the explosion. According to Faye, this is not the first time they fought against Beyonders Academy, and was very sure that it won't also be the last, so he told his colleague that they will try again next time. At the Beyonders Academy point of view, the president feels down and thinks about what happened. She was very disappointed that she spent her whole life fighting against the zombies, only to be saved by one in the end. The girl informed the president that there could be a misunderstanding and that the man who caught the nuclear warhead was not a zombie. She handed the president a screen with an image of Mr. Zombie on it and explained that he is a masked hero who has recently gained popularity. They have also investigated Mr. Zombie's whereabouts and believe he prefers to conceal his identity with a mask. The president was still irritated after hearing it and gripped the screen in frustration. People in the city were perplexed when they saw Mr. Zombie naked on the street. He immediately enters the payphone and calls his friends, who, according to Varmint, are mostly fine and looking for a new place to live. Mr. Zombie is now at ease after confirming that his family is safe, and he has told Varmint that he will return to find them once those zombies have found a place to settle. Mr. Zombie goes back to his apartment and entered the code right away. The Boyanders Academy is tracking Mr. Zombie by hacking his apartment's CCTV camera, and when they successfully tracked it, they saw Mr. Zombie naked while looking at the CCTV. The president and the girl were puzzled upon seeing him. After a while, Mr. Zombie is working out while listening to music, and when he saw a picture together with his family, he was worried and thinking if they already settled down. While he was peacefully thinking, the president of the Boyanders Academy suddenly came without knocking on the door. She ordered all her men to take everything from the kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom of Mr. Zombie. She even includes taking the pots, bowls, ladles, or everything that they can see inside the apartment of Mr. Zombie. Mr. Zombie feels frightened upon seeing them. "What do you think you're doing?" "I'll call the police," he stated. The president let him show a piece of paper and informed him that they are from the Boyanders Academy. "We are here to inform you that you've been accepted into the academy," the president proclaimed. From now on, he will be a member of Boyanders Academy according to the president without his permission. The president ordered her men to bring Mr. Zombie to their academy, and the men follow her order. From the word academy, Mr. Zombie was asking the president if a zombie can possibly go to school. Up until now, the president really believes that Mr. Zombie is a human that always wears a mask. They all leave the apartment carrying Mr. Zombie and get him into their vehicle. The girl stated that bringing Mr. Zombie might be inappropriate since their academy has strict criteria for recruitment. Not just that, their academy's dorms are specially planned out, and Mr. Zombie won't have anywhere to stay if they will take him to the academy. "It's fine, he can stay with me," the president replied. Meanwhile, the president ordered her men to put all the things of Mr. Zombie inside her room. While she was sitting like a boss, Mr. Zombie was trembling and doesn't understand what was going on. The president explained it to him that he will be part of the Boyanders Academy, and from now on, his place is also here together with the president. He laughs after he knows that he will be staying with the president, and he even asked if he will also be sleeping in the president's bed. "Why do you ask? Do you want to sleep with me?" the president answered, which made Mr. Zombie rattle and was thinking that it was absurd if zombies and humans are sleeping together. The president informed him that his bedroom will be in the guest room, and he chuckled when he realized that he misunderstood something. He told to the president that he was not a human, but the president didn't hear it and she was busy removing her leg booster. Mr. Zombie is observing and he noticed that the president's leg is amputated. When the time that there's a zombie outbreak occurred in her village when she was still a kid, her parents became zombies and they bit her on her legs. For her to survive, she need to cut off his own legs and execute both of her parents who had turned into zombies. That is the reason why she was full of hatred for zombies, and she vowed to execute every zombie she'll meet. Mr. Zombie is speechless after hearing it, and the president asked what he said a while ago, but after knowing that this lady in front of him has hatred with the zombie, he decided not to tell her his true identity. He just changed the topic, asking about the Boyanders Academy. According to the president, it's an organization that specializes in coming up with ways to fight zombies. It has been 1,000 years since the first zombie outbreak occurred. To survive the zombies' outbreaks, their ancestors established the academy 2 centuries after the first outbreak. The academy's only purpose is to fight against zombies. Through the years, it has nurtured countless talents to help fight against zombie outbreaks. Mr. Zombie was thinking about the first zombie outbreak, and he thinks that he became a zombie at the start of the first outbreak and was surprised after he knew that it's been 1,000 years already. The president informed him to report to the academy by the next day, as she already enlisted Mr. Zombie through a back channel. He was about to ask if it is fine once he will not to go, but the president threatened him if he will not go. At this time, the president introduces herself. Her name is Violet, and the person that will bring Mr. Zombie to the academy will be Dawn. "I'm sure you've already met her," Violet added, which made Mr. Zombie wondered since he don't know anyone named Dawn. The next day, watch out. We will see and wait for the next chapter to be released. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Till next time.